Order number 4, motion, approval of the third basis for revenue allocation among the county governments.
I see a point of order from Senator Orengo.
Madam Speaker, I rise under Standing Order number 32, which reads as follows. Madam Speaker, a senator may at any time for reasons stated seek leave to move that the Senate do now adjourn. If the Speaker is the opinion that such motion for adjournment of the Senate is frivolous, vexatious, or an abuse of the proceedings of the Senate, the Speaker may forthwith put the question thereon or may decline to propose it. 3, the debate on a motion under this standing order shall be confined to the matter of the motion. So, Madam Speaker, in accordance with that standing order, I now formally move that this Senate do now adjourn. Madam Speaker, the reason why I'm moving this motion is because as you look at the supplementary order paper, there are various amendments to the motion which had already been given notice of. And these amendments, together with their simulations, for example, if you look at the amendments by Senator Paul Mwangi Githiomi, they are not simple amendments. And the simulations, if you look at them, without a thorough and careful study, we may not be able to appreciate the full import of the amendments that are being sought. Madam Speaker, similarly, the amendments by the distinguished senator from Narok, Senator Ledama Olekina, are equally quite detailed. And again, Madam Speaker, it'd be appropriate to look at these simulations in respect of the substance of the motion. And finally, there's also the amendments by the distinguished senator from Wajir, together with the simulations. Madam Speaker, if ever there is a responsibility of the Senate, this is it. Under the powers we are given under the Constitution, this is the only power when we exercise and come out with a resolution. With the resolution are set out in that those provisions of Article 217. It cannot be negated by any authority other than by the National Assembly, and they need a threshold of 2/3 or more to change the decision of the Senate. Now, that coupled with the fact that, Madam Speaker, we have only 2 hours to debate this matter. And, Madam Speaker, this is a matter in which, if it is possible, every senator who wishes to speak to it should be heard. I do not see a situation where all the senators who desire to speak on this matter may be able to do justice to their contributions in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes. Because with the 2 hours left, unless we reduce the time for the mover of the motion, the substantive motion, to present that motion and accomplish that task in less than the time allocated according to the standing orders, I think it will be very difficult for every member to get 2 to 3 minutes to contribute. And finally, Madam Speaker, because this is really a straightforward motion, if you look at what we are required to achieve under the Constitution, and I would invite members of the Senate to look at the principles and framework of public finance, which are found in Article 201, read the whole of Article 203. Those principles, at the end of the day, we must be sure that whatever we are passing, we have complied with the principles which are set up in the Constitution. And the baseline is that it must be equitable and it must be fair. And finally, the Constitution also requires that when there's a departure from the recommendation of the CRA, we must justify the reasons why there is such departure. So putting all these things in totality, Madam Speaker, I beg to plead with the House that we give ourselves more time to look at these new simulations by the three distinguished senators and also to build consensus. At the end of the day, the resolution will not be a resolution of one single senator. It will be the resolution of the Senate. And I, as a senator for Siaya, my vote or the position I take on this matter will have an impact in each and every county. So that resolution is not in respect of my county, is a resolution. In fact, if you read Article 217, the Senate shall resolve. And to that extent, I plead with the members that we give ourselves a little time. I think we have been on this for a long time, but the justice and the importance of this matter requires that we give ourselves a little time to achieve a consensus that is non-partisan, a consensus which we can defend and live with in every part of this country. I beg to move and ask the Senator for Nairobi, the distinguished Senator from Nairobi, to second.
Yeah, I'm seeing an intervention from Senator Murkomen. Under 32, normally we don't interfere unless, are you on a contrary proposal? Okay. You're going to support the same position. Thank you. Let me allow the senator who has been called upon to second, and then I'll come to you, Senator Murkomen. Senator of Nairobi, Sakaja Johnson.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I rise to second this motion for adjournment. Madam Speaker, indeed, as the leader of minority has very clearly said, this is indeed the singular most important role of this House and of the Senate. As we all know, we've taken a lot of time within the committee. We've done, this I think is the second or third Kamkunji. And Madam Speaker, even if you note what happened this morning, you can see that indeed we are moving towards a good direction. Madam Speaker, when such a decision is made, and I'm glad that I've had senators, of course, this is very, very directly, about your county, but I was very encouraged to hear many senators thinking about other counties, not just their counties. And the softening from those hardline positions that were there earlier, where if I would look only at my county, I would disenfranchise Narok, etc. Madam Speaker, we are seeing that the bridges, we're coming closer to a resolution. If you look at these amendments, the excellent proposals by Senator Olekina, by Dr. Ali, by Senator Githiomi, Madam Speaker, I also made a proposal earlier, but I didn't put it in terms of an amendment. I think with the leadership of both the majority and minority, if we do take some little more time, we shall be able to do justice to this issue, and we shall hold true fidelity to Article 96, which mandates us to look at the interests of the counties and to protect the interests of each and every single county in the Republic of Kenya, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I would just like to encourage colleagues that in this process, it calls for leadership. Leadership sometimes demands that you see beyond just yourself. Madam Speaker, in such a situation, a good negotiation is one where nobody gets 100% of the demands, leaving somebody else with zero. In fact, if anything, you give a concession on what is not extremely, important to you, but makes a world of a difference to the other party. And I believe that this house is a house of wisdom. This house is a house of men and women of great integrity, and that when we come back, whenever that shall be under the leadership of the majority and minority, we shall be able to have a position that we can proudly go back to our counties and say that the third basis for sharing revenue, Madam Speaker, has been passed, and that it is strengthening devolution. So, Madam Speaker, with those remarks, I want to thank Senator Leader of Minority. I want to thank the leadership also on our side, and I want to urge members that, if possible, during this period, if we can just avoid creating, going out there and talking about it in the media, creating a narrative of us versus them. Madam Speaker, politics of do or die, Madam Speaker. Someone once said, politics of do or die does not guarantee who does or who dies, Madam Speaker. And because of that, let us not create this narrative of losers and winners. The winners must be the people of Kenya. The winners must be devolution. With those many remarks, Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable Senators, I would now like to propose the motion that the Senate do now adjourn. Honorable Senators, I have seen 10 interests already, and since we are not debating the formula, we are debating the reasons for adjourning, I would like to suggest that we take about 3 minutes each. Yeah, maximum of 3 minutes, so that in 30 minutes we are done. Because honestly, this one we are not debating. The implication of this motion is that you are going to get time now to discuss. Yeah? I'm hearing people wanting to put a question. Okay, let me give 2, because I pronounced the name of Senator Murkomen. I'll give you 2 minutes, and then I'll come here, two members of each side of the House, and that's it. Thank you. 2.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think what we are about to do is very important, and I wish, since of course it doesn't require the 24 senators threshold, I wish senators were patient for us to speak a few things to the record. Madam Speaker, first I want to say I support the motion by Senator Orengo. It's the right thing to do. And in this very circumstance, I think as a Senate, we must go further than what Senator Orengo suggested. If you look at the formula that was presented by the committee, going by the position of the Constitution, Article 217, which says that in determining the basis of revenue sharing, the Senate shall take the criteria in Article 2031 into account, request and consider recommendations from the Commission of Revenue Allocation, consult the county governors, the cabinet secretary responsible for finance, and so forth. If you look at all these thresholds set by the Constitution, I don't think that the committee's recommendation, neither the committee's recommendation nor the suggested amendments comply with Article 217. Now, we have been here before. In the last parliament, we were here. And a formula was brought that was not satisfactory to all of us. And a few of us raised issues. And the Senator of Mombasa then, myself, Mutula, and others raised those issues on the floor of the House. And we agreed to shelve the formula for 1 year. The formula actually passed a year later because of the decision we made on the floor of the House. Now, I have this suggestion, Madam Speaker. One is that the formula that has been suggested by the committee is extremely divisive. Even if my county is benefiting, it is ridiculous to see that the other counties are losing colossal amount of resources. At a time that there is no formula anywhere for cushioning them, there is no way of protecting these counties. Madam Speaker, I am the senator of Elgeyo Marakwet County, but I've been given responsibility to be a senator for all counties in the country. And the decisions we make on the floor of this House affects, Madam Speaker, other counties. And a country, if you will allow me an extra 1 minute, I'll appreciate. A country, Madam Speaker, and leading a country will be judged not by the way you treat the strong and the rich. It's how you treat the weak and the marginalized. And we cannot, Mr. Speaker, sit on the floor of this House and preside over a process that marginalizes those who have been marginalized for 50 years further. So that negotiation we are about to do here will not succeed in 1 week. This is my suggestion to those who are in leadership at the moment, that when we come back on this particular issue, we should first come back and pass the county allocation of revenue bill as it is at the moment, using the formula that exists, and the money goes to the counties. Then we take the next 1 year, Madam Speaker, we take the remaining 1 year to negotiate through this formula until we agree, until everybody can be able to say we live in a happy country. And finally, Madam Speaker, my
there are
the final issue I'll say is that, Madam Speaker, I want to request those who are involved in this process but are not senators to leave this process to senators and Senate so that we can come to a conclusion that is not interfered from outside. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Are you on a point of order?
No, Speaker.
Senator Jerarke, he has finished.
Madam Speaker, the issue is the issue of procedure. We agreed that we are discussing about the motion, not the contents of what to come. It is anticipating debate, and it's as simple as that.
Thank you, Senator. I think that was a very important point. Please, let's not discuss, because we had a Kamugunji and we discussed in the Kamugunji. So what we are saying is we are giving ourselves time to go and continue from where we stopped. Senator Zani Agnes Philomena.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think what we went through in the morning is very, very critical for this Senate.
Order, honorable members, order.
I think we were able to put across various views, and I think what was even better for us is that we were all looking for options. These options all to help us in the counties to ensure that as we go on with the revenue allocation in counties, that it's done fairly. Article 96 of the Constitution gives this Senate clear mandate that it represents the counties and serves to protect the interests of the counties. All the counties, not just one county, but all the counties together. Various articles have been quoted, Madam Speaker.
Yeah.
I just want to quote an article from Article 203, the importance of ensuring that through this revenue formula that we have economic disparities within and among counties to be reduced, and the need for affirmative action to ensure that disadvantaged groups and areas are taken into account. Madam Speaker, I think what we have started this morning, we should continue and we should be able to work together, because with each amendment that is coming, we're getting closer to finding the solution, and I believe we will find that solution. I support, therefore, the motion to adjourn and to defer the discussion of this particular motion and be able to proceed later on. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator Kangata.
Yes, Madam Speaker, I rise to support the motion by the minority leader. Madam Speaker, I urge honorable senators to take this time to maybe look at the various options. Madam Speaker, notwithstanding this adjournment motion, from where I see it, this is progress in the sense that for the first time, we have seen several amendments and several options which several senators have made to the committee's proposal. I would urge senators kindly, once we adjourn, please take time, you look at various options. You look at various parameters. For instance, there is the issue concerning the commencement date. I have seen some are proposing we commence immediately. Others are proposing we give it, let's say, 1 year or 2 years. We look at various other issues. And therefore, from where I sit, I think this is a good time for us to continue the engagement, and so that maybe, God willing, maybe in the next 2 or 3 days or even 1 week, we can come up with a proposal which is agreeable to each and every senator. Thank you.
What's your point of order, Senator Jeruyot?
Madam Speaker, I have a point of order. that I require your guidance on this process. Earlier on, it just has to do with the procedure that this whole exercise has taken. Earlier on last week, the Speaker gave directions, I think in a Kamkunji, that if people have proposals on how they want the Senate to resolve on this particular issue, that it is in order they forward their proposals to his office, and I have seen the same have been channeled to the order paper, Madam Speaker. That sets up an extremely dangerous precedence. We know how this House works, Madam Speaker. This House works through its committees. I can confirm that of the 2 or 3 proposals that are before the order paper, we never considered them as a committee of finance. It is dangerous,
Senator.
Madam Speaker, because I have seen an even further trend where now senators are walking with pieces of paper and saying,
Order,
your
Senator.
county is gaining
Order,
1,000,
Senator.
please
Order,
support.
order. Sit down. I want to
Just to
respond.
conclude, Madam Speaker, in 10
No,
seconds.
you are concluding from the wrong
No,
premise. Can
please,
you sit
Madam
down?
Speaker, I
Order,
plead with you.
Senator. Order, Senator. The communication that came last week is being followed precisely. When you are giving an amendment, you give it your details. These are amendments. These are not proposals. So these are amendments to the proposal that was being tabled in the House. So there is nothing out of order in this. That's all. I just wanted you to get that information because you might mislead us even further. This information was forwarded last week that if you have any amendment, you tabulate. What we added in the morning, which was very nice from Senator Wako, was that you must give us your formulas because of the time. Now, when the formulas came, they even came with more complicated formulas to Senator Orengo. So he's proposing this because he cannot even understand the formula itself. So that is where we are, and Senator Jeriot, there is nothing out of order on that one. Can we therefore finish with Senator... did you understand first that you are not in order in the way your line of action? Yes. So you have a different point of order? Yes. What is the different one?
I have understood you, Madam Speaker, but I think this issue still needs clarity. Otherwise, what is the quality control on these proposals that are coming?
No.
Please, it is as simple as just guiding us and saying, in the proposals that are coming in future, can they be channeled through the committee? That's my simple request, Madam Speaker.
No. I think you are not understanding. When a proposal from a committee has come to the House and the report has been tabled, Senator Jeriot, for your information, you have a right to give us an amendment. So the amendments are the ones that are being tabled now. That's exactly what the standing orders are. The second senator on this side was Ladama.
Madam Speaker,
you discuss only the motion for adjournment.
Okay, Madam Speaker, thank you. I rise to support the motion to adjourn because I agree with Senator Orengo that these are very, very emotive issues that requires us to be able to internalize what it means by sharing revenue. Madam Speaker, Article 217 and 203 of the Constitution are very clear. And it will be important that every senator who sits here realizes that as a senator of Narok County, I not only represent Narok County, but the entire union. I always say that this is a house of union. And Madam Speaker, the more we take to understand, the way I understand how this revenue, all these formulas are being formulated is different from the way my colleagues understand. So I think it is imperative that even us who have brought in these amendments, which is a right for every senator to bring an amendment at this stage, to be able to reach out to our colleagues and explain the numbers. Because it will be very, very difficult for us to sit here and pass a formula which will divide this country further. So, Madam Speaker, I support and I thank Senator Orengo for the wise leadership.
Thank you. Senators, I think I forgot members who were in the extended chamber. And what is your point of order?
Madam Speaker, would it be in order if I just take you back to Standing Order 62, that talks about amendments to motions, and that provides that a senator wishes to propose an amendment to be moved and, if necessary, seconded at any time after the question upon the motion has been proposed. Madam Speaker, I think the concern that is raised by Senator Aaron Cheriot is very valid. In as much as any member can propose an amendment, and that the amendment goes through the proper procedure with the clerk, Madam Speaker, because of the nature of these amendments, not that it goes to the committee, but before the clerks process it to the order paper, just the assurance that the budget office will have confirmed that the tabulations are actually proper and correct. I think that is the
Senator
only affirmation, Madam Speaker.
If I may inform you, Senator Sakaja, you are on Standing Order 62.
Yes.
Senator Orengo moved under Standing Order 32. Read the two of them before.
Madam Speaker, I'm not talking about adjournment. I'm talking, 32 is about adjournment, which we're all in agreement. In fact, I'm the one who seconded. I'm saying the assurance we need to give members. If you listened to what Senator Aaron is saying, he's saying something very positive and true. Because, Madam Speaker, if, for instance, I have an amendment, and of course I'm doing a tabulation, I can put whatever numbers that may not be, the veracity of my amendment must be assured, such that by the time the clerks are printing it on the order paper, it has gone through the budget office, not necessarily the committee. I think that is what you're saying, and I agree with him, Madam Speaker. Maybe you can get more advice from the clerks, but that is a good proposal.
Senator Sakaja, can we also help you? That the only reason we are adjourning is so that the same documents will be discussed. There is no way you'll bring a document here which will not have gone through the budget office. So we assist of the procedure that is going to take place from this minute. So we need to give the group time to go and receive those amendments. In fact, even the committee itself might be involved in all this. So if you can allow us, I don't want us to. Oh, they already have it. They already have it. Senators, honorable senators, who do you want to inform? No, he has finished. He has finished, so we cannot inform. We cannot inform somebody who has finished. Senator Mbogo.
Point
Senator
of order.
Mbogo, George Ochilo, you also are on a point of order.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in the course of these back and forth points of order, I have heard a quip that this matter seems to be beyond the committee. I'm the vice chair. Would I be in order to be guided? Because the committee's mandate runs. It keeps on running. It may have a position that may not be popular here. But have we been rendered functus officio so that we fold shop and disappear?
Honorable Chilo, today the lawyers are using languages that scientists like ourselves do not understand. I just wanted to inform you, Senate, is that what has been requested is for an adjournment so that further processing is being done. The further processing will definitely not ignore the committee that has been handling this. Number two, the budget office is part of our secretariat. They were with us in the tent a few minutes ago, and they will be part of this. So the processing, I want, if the assurance is what was required, I want to give that assurance that there will be no problem. We are waiting for you to finish it. In fact, we cannot come back before we get all the feedback and before all of us understand these very complicated formulas that have been given. Now, allow me to use my discretion to invite the two last speakers, one of whom was from the other tent, the other chamber, Senator Kindiki, who was my own staff in Moi University, the first PhD in law in Kenya, and of course my predecessor, Senator Kindiki. And then the final one will be Senator Wetangula, and we are done.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and congratulations on your election as Deputy Speaker of the House. Madam Speaker, I stand to support the motion by the Senator of Siaya, my learned senior Senator James Orengo, to adjourn the House. I support, Madam Speaker, the reasons advanced by the mover of the motion, which is to consult. Madam Speaker, the reason we must consult and do so soberly is because we are about to destroy the country. Madam Speaker, I say so because the consequences whereby we are going to entrench the marginalization that has affected this country for decades, if not for more than a century, those consequences will live for them for the next century or more. It may look simple. Somebody somewhere may be celebrating that your county is getting a few hundreds of millions at the expense of another county. Madam Speaker, the people of Kenya should know and should remind themselves that the only thing that helped this country to manage its politics and its affairs for a while is devolution. That is what brought the Kenya of the periphery to the center. Today, we are here talking about Tharaka Nithi, Isiolo, Kilifi, Marsabit, Mandera, Makueni, and a few counties, including Kisii and Nyamira. The same sword that will be used to deny any county even a shilling of what it got last year can be the sword that will be used someday in future by a national government that hates devolution to slash money from each and every county. Madam Speaker, we must consult, and I will oppose any attempt to remove even 1 shilling from the county of Tharaka Nithi and any other county in this country, because I am both the Senator for Tharaka Nithi and a Senator of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Wetangula Moses Masika.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I support...
Order, members. Order, members. I don't know what excitement the Senator of Tharaka Nithi is bringing to the House.
Madam Speaker, I also support the adjournment motion, but suggest the following. That, Madam Speaker, this formula has been very divisive, to say the least. But looking at the amendments casually, they are equally divisive. And Madam Speaker, we are going to end up in a state of these amendments also being dead on arrival. What we need to do is what we did in the last parliament. And Senator Orengo was here, Aaron Cheriot was here, Murkomen, and the others. Okay. It took us 3 working days as a whole Senate in Naivasha to push and pull together with the entire CRA with us to come up with the formula that we brought to this House and everybody passed. It is going to be unlikely, Madam Speaker, that even if we adjourned for 2-3 weeks, and you look at these amendments, I remember the words the distinguished senator from Mombasa came to tell me here, that the way we are going to have 47 formulas on the floor. Everybody will come with a formula. And scientific as it may be, everybody wants something. This is a house of equity, it's a house of equality. Equality of the vote, Lamu carries 1 vote, Nairobi carries 1 vote. And equity because we must slash a level that makes every single corner of this country comfortable in the process of allocating money. So let me urge that the leadership of this House, my distinguished colleague from West Pokot and from Siaya, take leadership when the country loosens out this closure, take this House the way we did in the last Parliament. Call CRA and any other experts we need and bring a formula that a person in Mandera feels as comfortable as a person in Nairobi, as a person in Kiambu, as a person in Bungoma. That is the only way we can achieve our equity and equality as a House of Senate. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Senators, thank you for your indulgence. I now put the question because I've determined it doesn't concern counties and it's going to be on vote. I now put the question, which is that the Senate do now adjourn. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Senators, it's now time to interrupt the business of the Senate. The House therefore stands adjourned until tomorrow, Tuesday, 14th July 2020. Order members, we have not finished. The House therefore stands adjourned until tomorrow, Tuesday, 14th July 2020 at 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m.